And now, Giant Sports Talk Live. Here are your hosts, Eric and Glenn.
We're talking Giants every day.
Get the final show.
It better be the final show.
It's going all night.
From Covey Cove to the Oracle Park lights, Eric and Glenn keep the fire burning bright, fighting for the glory, no matter what it costs us, breaking down the moments from the wins to the losses. Giant Sports Talk, we're here for the ride. Eric and Glenn with the fan base pride, talking dreams, will they contend? But we'll back the Giants till the very end.
The other Glenn. It's the other Glenn. One end Glenn. I think.
Let's go, Giants! Yes! 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 Oh! Eric and Glenn breaking it down, all Giants all the time.
All right, welcome to Giants Sports Talk Live, talking playoff Sports Talk Live, to be more specific. Our fifth and final show. We did a preview to preview the day, and then we've done 4 post games, this being the 4th post game and the final one. Man, I tell you what, Glenn, talking about Reds and Dodgers, I think the Giants could have played the Dodgers a little bit better than the way the Reds went up against the Dodgers. What do you think, man?
Certainly, Eric. I mean, was there really anything in denial on this game? If they didn't get an absolute gem of a game from Hunter Green, it was not even going to be a contest. Too much lumber, too big. That lineup is killer, Eric. But I'll tell you one thing. If we scoop back to the other games we talked about today, we nailed it, you and I. It was pitching, pitching, and pitching.
Been saying this since the freaking start of the damn season, damn it. Look, it's not a look, and I'm not saying I told you so. That's not what I'm saying. I just know that
he told you
pitching and defense goes a long way to success for a baseball season. That's all.
You wonder what Logan Webb would have been able to do in a one game like that.
Come on, right? In a situation like this where it's all, but hey, it's trying to pull up the bootstraps, man. Goodness gracious. I tell you what, Dodgers win 10-5. It weren't easy. It weren't easy because, my God, that bullpen of the Los Angeles Dodgers is pretty bad. And we talked just briefly about this in the green room, Glenn. The Dodgers are going to have to slug their way through the postseason because there is no way that bullpen is going to be able to keep advancing if they're not swinging the bats. If they ever have a stretch where they're not swinging it, it's going to be a long day for the Dodgers. So, again, I'll tell you what, Blake Snell though, I'll give kudos to Blake Snell. Went 7 innings, struck out 9, gave up 2. He had a pretty good look. Damn near every starting pitcher in today's bevy of games, minus Hunter Green.
A bevy. Nice.
You like that, bevy? The starting pitching in today's baseball games was absolutely phenomenal. Wow. We had some bad decision making by some managers, over there in New York. Aaron Boone, should he have pulled out Max Fried?
It's easy to second guess.
It is absolutely. Hey, armchair quarterbacking, absolutely.
And at the end of the day, that was a 3-1 ball game, Eric, and it was the offense that pulled the San Francisco Giants, left the bases loaded with nobody out. There were a lot of you could rerun the reel on game 1, 2, and 3, just those 3. Yeah. And Eric, I saw a lot of similarities to the San Francisco Giants.
And what was crazy? This game a little bit different than the other one. Home runs all over the place. Teoscar Hernandez with 2, Shohei Ohtani with 2, and the last one was a freaking absolute nuke job. Almost left the freaking yard. And I don't know who the hell hit the 5th. I could care less. Once it got to freaking 6-0, wasn't really paying attention too much. And then the freaking 8th inning. Holy shit. I mean, what happened? The Dodgers load the bases. I think they walked in 3 runs. They walked in 3 runs. They had a base hit in the middle of that too, and the Reds were able to make it really close. They got it up to 5 runs. But it was close to being a 10-0 rout by the Dodgers. So,
hey, and on another note too, Eric, it's a good point. The Dodgers gave away runs tonight.
Yeah, they did.
And
you can't do that.
But it still was not in doubt. So that is what you're up against with that LA Dodger team. Too much offense, man. But the other series, talk about nail biters down to a nub today. I was watching, and you and I don't have skin in the game, but I'll tell you, they were exciting to watch.
They were, man.
Late stages. Teams were working their bullpen. I knew the Padres would. I thought the Cubs did an exceptional job. And, I mean, a couple of bombs in that game, and, I mean, that would have been a 1-1 game. I mean, everything was so close. I mean, if you're working for Vegas, boy, this is a nightmare how you pick who's going to win these.
Oh, right. That's a good point. Look, tomorrow it's going to be the same lineup that we saw today. When I mean by lineup, the lineup of all the games. Going to have 4 games, 4 teams. You either got to win or guess what? You go home. You go home. Robert Rocha says, good point, Glenn. Dodgers gave the Reds away. And that's the thing. And Robert, to your point, you can't afford to do that in the freaking postseason. Look, you could do it when you got a 10-run lead, something like that. You could get away with it. But, man, if you're in a tight game, your bullpen cannot do that. Your bullpen's got to be airtight to a certain extent when you're in the playoffs. You only got so many freaking games to play, and you can't be messing around. And you go out there and you start giving away runs, it's going to come back and haunt you. Who did the Dodgers? I guess it's Blake Trinan is going to be their close. I mean, it wasn't a close situation today, but man, is that the only really guy that you can rely on at this particular time for the Dodgers as far as high leverage?
Hey, plus I'm also going to say, Eric, you cannot just say they're a steaming pile of crap every night. So the fact that they gave away those runs tonight, the point I'm trying to make is you're going to get nights where the Dodgers do pitch well and still put up 13 runs, and it'll be a rout. I think with the offense that they have, it is such a detriment to everybody else's pitching staff to try to keep them in games, Eric.
Yeah, and that's the thing. You start wearing them out, it's going to get a little weird, man, because, again, you only got so many bullets in that arm, especially, look, you just got done going through 162. You're tired. You may have a cranky arm, or so to speak. So, you're going to have to bear down, so to speak, because you're going to get called upon if the game's on the line and you're tired. Well, guess what? Suck it up, Buttercup. You got to get out there and throw the ball.
I got an email earlier. I don't want to be called out, Eric, and I think you're going to back me up on this because you in particular, like my Canadian tuxedo I got on here today. Somebody saw this peek up there today. Dodgers. Where is it here?
Dodgers and yeah.
But I'm wearing that shirt you like today.
That was a nice shirt. Yeah, you got that in your last game at Oracle Park, right?
Yes, sir. And that's just by happen chance. It was the first thing I pulled off the coat hanger today, Eric. One of the only things I got clean since I got back here. But, I'm not cheering for the Dodgers. Let's go back, Eric. This one was for me, it was kind of a snoozer. It was just, entertainment purposes only. The other 3 games, tightly contested. Which was the game that you had your eyeballs locked on and you said that was the game? Because I might add, each one did have an element. Game 1, 14 strikeouts, a couple of home runs and a close game in the second, but a Boston game, not able to score the runs late. I mean, every game had some kind of an aspect of drama, didn't they?
They did. No, there's no doubt about it. The only one that didn't have any drama was the last one. Detroit and Cleveland, right? You had a situation where the Guardians were down by 1 run. J-Ram hits a freaking ground ball to second base. Baez, was it Baez? Yeah, I think it was Baez. Yeah, I think it was Baez that made the play. I could be wrong. Throws a scud to first base. That ball takes off down right field somewhere. Off to the races goes freaking Ramirez. gets to second, goes to third, and there it is. A runner at third base with no outs, right? There was no outs or one out. I can't remember. No, it was no outs. He let off. No outs. And they couldn't get him home. They couldn't get him. And then, well, I shouldn't say get him home. There's a ground ball. A ground ball to the pitcher. And what does Jose Ramirez do? He takes off for the plate. Pitcher fields it. Gets him in the rundown. Ramirez is out. Next thing you know, next batter comes up. Nothing. And the Tigers win the first game 2-1 behind of an amazing performance. Look, I think there's only one pitcher that had a better performance in a postseason than Tariq Skubal. And you know who that was? A certain lefty that played for the Dodgers. He had 15 strikeouts. That would be to Sandy Koufax. And Tariq Skubal today with 14. That was impressive by Tariq Skubal today. But I'll tell you what, you're asking the question, which game did I love the best? That Boston Yankees game was absolutely incredible. It's just it's high drama. It's the Red Sox. It's the Yankees, right? It's the same thing over here. And most of you guys in here are Giants fans. So it's like Giants and Dodgers. They went toe to toe. Crochet, a masterpiece, just like Skubal, a masterpiece. And you know what I liked? And we talked about that on the postgame, the last postgame we did. Alex Cora stuck with his guy. Analytics be damned. He chucked that clipboard and said, my guy is getting it done, and I'm going to stick with him. And he stuck with him for 7 2/3, right? 7 1/3, I think. Something like that. And went 100 and something, 112, 114 pitches. His last pitch that he threw, if I'm not mistaken, was 100 miles an hour. He had pitch. I wasn't the last one. His at pitch 107, he threw it 100 miles an hour. The dude still had it. I love it. Dude, that's baseball, man. Now, we used to see that all the time. But for some reason, we've gone away from that. Instead of, hey, using your eye. It's okay to use your eyes sometimes. I'm not shitting on analytics because there's value to it. There's tools. But sometimes you got to use your eyes and you got to use your gut and say, you know what? My guy's going out there. He's taking care of business. He's stuck with him. And and it paid off. Boston won 3-1.
You know what I did notice today, Eric? You don't have to agree with me. It's just an observation, all right? And let's see what the take is of the guys in the chat who watched the games along with us. When I saw Cora working his dugout, and I saw the interview in the final game, they interviewed coming back from commercial break. Did you see the interview with Francona? Francona was able to verbally break down what he wanted, what his pitcher had to do, how the rough start. These are managers, Eric. This is something I haven't seen from the Giants in their dugout. These guys can manage. We need a manager who understands the game to a degree where he's part of the game. I didn't find our manager was part of the game. It was like he stood idly by and he was just, are we going home soon? These managers, Eric, are involved, and I thought they did a hell of a job today. Like you said, Cora, I think you and I were in the green room earlier, and you said, "Hey, did you see Cora?" And you threw the papers. That's
yeah. That's what he did. He threw the papers.
And we need a guy, Eric, not to harp on the Giants on this show, but we need a manager, Eric. We need a manager who will understand the importance of analytics, but not live and die by analytics.
Mm-hmm. And you know what? It's funny how you mentioned that. Glenn, I had a nice conversation with FP tonight on KMBR. He chimed in today. He was on KMBR talking Giants baseball. I gave a call in. He was talking about a manager. He had a certain idea. You know who his idea of who should be the San Francisco Giants manager should be?
Don't tell me Edgar Martinez.
No.
Okay.
No. Buster Posey. He thinks Buster Posey should be. Remember when I was just joking around, right? But Look, I can't disagree with that, but I had a nice conversation and we were talking managers and who should it be? It's got to be a communicator. It's got to be a guy who understands the game and such. It was a fun conversation. I really enjoyed it. That was good stuff on KMBR. But
we probably live in an era now, Eric, where, you can't wear that many hats. Can you imagine going back to the, if this was 1915, I could see him being part owner, the Pobo, he'd drive the bus, he'd do everything, Eric. And
well, you know what's funny?
Eye on in the dugout, I'm telling you.
And I guess there's the what do they call that? The Ted Turner rule or something, where a owner cannot be a manager or something. I don't know what the exact rule is. FP was talking about it.
Why is
so
that?
He would have to give up ownership, which is okay, right? If he wants.
Why is that though? Did he give you an explanation?
I think it's
why.
Well, you got to look it up, whatever the Ted Turner rule is. If you Google that, I guess it explains. Maybe it has to do with conflict of interest. I don't know what it has to do with.
I don't know. George Steinbrenner had his fork in the.
Yeah, well, maybe you got to remember. Well, I think the rule passed after he was done being.
After he passed.
Yeah,
all right.
Exactly. So, but did you see the news? We'll divert just a little bit here. Albert Pujols is going to be the new manager for the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim.
I didn't see that. I had just seen earlier this evening that they weren't renewing their manager. Washington's getting a little long.
Well, he had some health. He had like a double quadruple bypass. So, yeah.
It's time to kick up and have a few Coronas for him. He just relax, Eric.
Exactly.
Relax.
Absolutely. But again, to get back to these games, man, I tell you, it was just awesome baseball up to the last one. The last one, look, being Giants fans don't like to see the Dodgers go run rough shot over the Reds. I was hoping the Reds are going to put up a bit of a fight. Look, 2 more games to go, but here, let's look at what's on tap for tomorrow. This is what doesn't give me.
I know people won't like this comment from me, Eric, but at the end of the day, if the Dodgers win, you know what? I'm not going to get all heated on. My team's not there, Eric. So I really don't care if the Dodgers win or Boston wins. I'm watching for entertainment purposes as just a casual baseball fan at this point. I just want to be entertained, Eric. I just want to watch some good baseball.
And we did. We saw some good baseball today. Now here's tomorrow. This is what's on tap for tomorrow. Again, 10, 12, 3, and 6. Exactly like how it was today. For Detroit, Casey Mize grabbing a ball for the Tigers. And then Tanner Beebe is going to go for Cleveland. So we'll see how that will transpire. Dylan Cease will go for San Diego. Andrew Kittredge, they're going to be a bullpen game for the Cubs tomorrow. How about that?
Interesting.
I don't know what that's going to be about. I think Boston may be doing the same thing. You got Brian Bello going for the Red Sox. Carlos Rodon.
You know what's interesting about that, Eric? Now, you explain that to me, because I have no comprehension of that. If the Cubs are going with a bullpen game in a short series like this,
I think I know why.
Why?
They want to keep a guy ready for game 1 for the DS. That's my guess. I could be totally wrong. I'm just guessing. They don't want to spend all their bullets, even though it could be win or go home. I guess it's all going to be dependent on
if San Diego wins 2 in a row, Eric, Merry freaking Christmas. You should have pitched somebody.
Yeah, Jesus. I know.
Play those games, and that'll come back. I'm telling
you. And then
that'll come back and haunt them if they do that.
Look who is going for the Cincinnati Reds. Forever Giant Zach Littell against Yamamoto. So, man, look, Littell had a decent season, but is that the guy?
Key acquisition for the team.
Yeah, is that the guy you really want to start on game 2? It's elimination game.
He was playing well with Tampa, and then, like you say,
it's an elimination game, though. What about Lodolo or Abbott or something? I mean, those guys I think are better, aren't they? I don't understand, man. I don't understand. Oh, my gosh. Insane does not like the Dodgers.
He doesn't like me saying I don't care if the Dodgers win.
Hey, to each their own.
Insane. I question your loyalty to the Giants. If you're worried, if you're remotely worried at this point of the season, September 30th, if you're even worried about what the fuck the Giants or the Dodgers are doing, all I worry about is the San Francisco Giants got to win and just enjoy the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
Who cares?
Exactly.
Just be entertained, Eric. I said, I used the term, we didn't have any skin in the game in those. I think we were doing might have been our third wrap up.
It's all blending together, man.
I know, that's where I'm losing track of. Like, remember today at 2:47, that was a long time ago, but you and I didn't have any skin in the game in these matchups today, Eric. It was just to be entertained and watch some quality ball, some meaningful baseball.
It was fun to watch. Look, since Giants baseball is over, it's nice to be able to watch some playoff baseball. Look, playoff baseball is just awesome. It's just awesome.
I flipped on WFAN in New York City earlier tonight, Eric, while I was watching the
what were they?
WNBA game. So I had the WNBA game on the split screen. I had it was on the right. The Dodgers game was on the left and with the Reds. And then I had the radio on. Listen to WFAN, man. A lot of people talk about, you think our chat goes insane. Dude, they have turned New York upside down as far as baseball goes. Judge today was 2 for 4. He led the American League in batting this year, Eric.
Mm-hmm.
And they're saying that, if they lose tomorrow, his legacy is tarnished. Not that I think he's got really a legacy of, he's a young player. Talk to me about legacies about 15 years from now, Eric. But they came to a screeching halt today with their views. Nothing short of saying blow that thing up. They are pissed.
Yeah, I bet. Hey, well, I think Goldschmidt and Judge both had a 2-hit game. Just wasn't enough. Wasn't enough.
Hey, can you pull up that video again? Can you guys? The people in New York take it so extreme.
You think?
They go out of control, and we knew they would. But I don't know.
Big Nick the thrower. Let's do it, right? Why not? Let's do some Big Nick. Love Big Nick. The guy's freaking awesome.
A lot of guys earlier probably didn't see this.
I'll tell you what. You cannot deny the passion that he has for the New York Yankees. You can't. And that's okay, because that's what baseball's supposed to be about, right? So listen.
And if anybody doesn't know him, if you don't know who he is, I'll tell you something, Eric, for the guys tuning in, I'm sure you already know. He's one of those guys that, after the Super Bowl, the next day you tune on the YouTube videos. He's the kind of guy who rips the TV off the wall, puts his foot through it, and then puts the other foot through it just for good measure. This guy goes insane, and that's when they win. So.
That's when they win. Yeah, there you go. All right, let's take a listen to what Nick had to say after the Yankees got beat by the Red Sox.
How do you not score? How could you not score? 3 singles in a row! Fucking unbelievable, the same shit! Every fucking year! Then you take out a guy, pitching a shutout!
There you go.
Trying to pull his hair out there.
Nick.
That is the question that's the only question I have in that game, Eric, about you take out a pitcher. Sometimes the managers are too quick to pull the trigger on the bullpen, man.
Yeah. Hey, I mean,
but again, second guessing.
It's kind of the way baseball is, man. It's kind of the way the baseball is, and you love it or hate it or whatever. Ah, my gosh, Lou, what's up, Lou? I see Lou out there. Glenn, you are correct. Dodgers would score 10 runs and probably 10-5. Glenn, I am not worthy. Well, look at that. There you go.
Well, once in a while, the blind squirrel finds his nut, man. I got lucky. Now, what was it? We had the Cubs won, the Red Sox won, the Dodgers won, and Detroit won. So I went 500 today.
You went 500, yes. 2 road teams?
I had all the home teams, and I lost, obviously, the 2 visitors. What did you say, Eric?
For this,
I wrote them down, but go ahead.
I'm trying to remember. I think I just went for the series because I thought Detroit would win because of Skubal.
I thought you had 3 home teams.
I had Chicago.
Not home teams. I'm sorry. I thought you had 3 road teams. Oh, you did. Okay.
I had Chicago. I had Boston with Crochet, but I thought that New York would win the series.
And that would have left you. Did you go with Cincinnati?
No, L.A.
Oh,
I was hoping green. I hope that's what it was. It was the hope.
Yeah. Because when you start throwing those lines out, I always say, Eric, okay, pretend you're stepping up to the ticket window. You're putting cash on this. And then sometimes that'll change your tune.
Yeah. See, the good thing is I don't do that. I don't have to have my loyalty strained because of money. I want to be able to go out there and root for the team that I want to root for. regardless of money. That's just,
Well, you couldn't root for the team you wanted to win today, could you?
oh man, why you got to do that, man?
Well, I'm just saying, I'm kind of disappointed. And again, I saw so many aspects of Giants baseball throughout the day.
Yeah. I know.
I
right. You had a guy at third with no outs, couldn't score. You had the Yankees, bases loaded. The bases loaded, no outs. Not one run came across the plate. And look at, hey,
Dodgers bullpen,
dude.
Dodgers bullpen.
I tell you what is it about when you watch playoff baseball and you get towards the end of the game and you could just feel it? You're watching it with your eyes, but you just feel it. It's like it's unraveling. No matter what this pitcher does, it's not going to be good enough for whatever reason. I don't know if it's the batters just get some freaking AI shit going on in their brain, but every at bat is a battle. And for some reason, that little bloop hit is going to find grass and runs are going to score.
That doesn't always happen.
It doesn't always.
Because
you can always.
Remember what I talked about the Red Sox game?
With Chapman.
The Grizzlies,
I thought they were done.
He took a deep breath, took care of business, Eric.
I tell you what, kudos to Chapman. Bases are loaded because he's not this year, but he's been notorious where when he loses it, he loses it. Yeah. And look, he had 3 singles in a row, all soft. They weren't hard. They weren't hit hard. But when you got the bases loaded with no outs, it doesn't take a hard hit ball. And what did he do? He got a strikeout. He got a fly out to right field that wasn't deep enough to score, and then another strikeout. Boom. And it was over. Game
quality closer.
Over.
Now that's a closer.
And they got 2 closers. They got Whitlock and they got Chapman for the Boston Red Sox. I mean, it's going to be – Boston may have something here, guys.
Well, after watching even that tight game with the Yankees, I think Toronto Blue Jays can beat the Yankees or Boston next round. Remember George, my dad said that he says they're either winning the World Series or they're out in the first round. Yeah. So he says this team is, he kind of looks at them like our Giants. He goes, this is just, they just let you down, Eric.
I tell you what though, you got to be careful. The teams that have buys, sometimes they lose that edge.
A little stagnant.
They lose that edge because look, if it goes to game 3, then you got a day that you got to maybe a day or 2, then you play. So you're going to be off for about 5 days. If you go, if these games, all of them go 3 games, well, whoever has the bye, you're going to be waiting for a while. Did you hear that the Phillies sold like 28,000 tickets to go watch them practice? They sold like 28,000 tickets to watch the Phillies practice.
We're talking practice?
Practice. We're talking practice. We're talking practice. We're talking practice.
Who's that guy you played the video? How do you say? Is it not Turturro? What's his name?
Big Nick Turturro.
Turturro. I get him confused with Turturro. Apparently, I just saw it made me laugh. Ocean's home. As Kruko would say, got to tip your cap to the pitcher, Yankee fans. Well, apparently nobody told that to him.
Hey, they don't care. They don't care. No. And then it's to be honest with you, it's a little bit more salt in the wounds because it was Boston. You know, that is their arch rivals.
Well, think about this, Eric. After they traded away Rafael Devers, I thought they were going to sort of mail it in this year. I really did. You took out an all-star piece right there. You took away
their star
Devers.
That was their superstar.
The team got better, and we got worse.
No, happens. But look, you can't put it on one guy. The team came together. Boston came together, and that's fine. The teammates came together. I'm not
blaming that.
No. I know that.
I'm blaming you.
I'll take it, man.
Okay, man. Take one for the team, eh?
Take one for the team. But I tell you, a great lineup of baseball. Hey, guys, we're going to see. We might be having a special guest come on. We'll see here shortly if he's going to be able to join us, but it's going to be a great baseball conversation. But hey, you want to talk more? Hey, the big talk is, who's going to be the manager? FP floated out Dustin Pedroia. I never even thought about Dustin Pedroia. Dustin Pedroia. Oh,
where did that come from?
Yeah, how about that? Kind of a fiery guy, motivate the guys. He's a no-nonsense
My
type
God,
of baseball player,
there
right?
are aliens coming in with picks for who's going to be.
Oh, and by the way,
manager.
he's from not the Bay Area. He is from Kyle McKiernan's neck of the woods up there in Chico, if I'm not mistaken, is where he's from. Somewhere in that area.
They can keep him in Chico. I want Edgar Martinez. That's who I want.
You want Edgar, don't you? You want Edgar.
I want Edgar. I threw a curve by everybody yesterday when I pulled that one out of my hat.
That was a good one. I like Lou's Will Venable. That's another
good pick.
Another great pick.
Okay, let me ask you this, Eric. Without going into names and details and an elongated discussion about it, do you think it could be a shocker, a stunner, a Venable, a Martinez? Or do you think, again, that they play it safe?
I don't think he plays it safe. And the reason why I say that, look, this is going to, if you think about it, this decision that Buster Posey is going to make is going to determine what the legacy of Buster Posey as an executive, not as a player, but as an executive. This is a huge look. This last year was more of a play it safe. Let me see what I got. What do I have to do with this club after me being able to watch these guys every day for 162? And he analyzed it all, and he made his decision that Bob Melvin is not the answer going forward. So now you got to find a guy. It's got to be long-term. It can't be this, hey, let's give you a 1-year deal. No, that's not how it's going to work. We've had too many. Look how many managers we've had in the last few years. We went from Bochy to Kapler to Bob Melvin. Now we're about to have the fourth one. So do you got to get some continuity, so to speak? Buster Posey's going to be here a while. He's going to pick his manager that is going to be here for a while. So look, this isn't going to be a trivial move. This is going to have to be a guy that is willing to come here and want to win.
Yeah. And it's not going to be some kind of a loose cannon pick. It's going to be somebody who works in conjunction with Buster.
Yes.
His sidekick, so to speak. A guy he can work with.
Correct.
Because you can't have a hothead manager who's just. Although I did say, I think it was the show last night with Lou and yourself. I think it's going to have to be somebody who says, I want the job. I interview for the job, but I tell you going in, leave me alone to run my team. I think it's got to be a guy who's given full run and reins on that
Absolutely. Team. Right. And again, that means Buster Posey's going to have ultimate trust in the manager to be able to do that.
Exactly.
You can't just look. I can't go out there and say, "Hey, Joe Schmo, I don't know a damn thing about you, but you got full autonomy." You can't do that, right? You're going to have to. And FP brought up a great point. What you got to be careful of? Some guys can come into an interview process and blow away the interview. Doesn't mean he's right for the job.
True.
But he knows how to look. And he used the example of Kapler. Kapler probably blew away the executives of the San Francisco Giants at the time, and they're like they were sold on, well, his presentation at the job interview. So you're gonna have to be careful. Look, it's not going to be easy. The person has to have a resume, of course, of doing it before, but you also got to be leery. You got to ask specific questions. Kind of get what is going on in your mind type of situations, because hey, you're going to be the guy, and I got to be able to trust in what you're going to do with the club.
Let's just hire Totoro or whatever the hell his name is.
Big Nick, get him on the phone.
Get Nick on that assignment,
Big Nick, you're hired.
Yeah.
Oh man,
I bet he'd go out and ruffle a few feathers with the umpires during the season.
Just a little bit. Every single game. What are you talking about? Every single game.
Was I off base? Was I off base, Eric, when I made the comment earlier? Let's go down this road. When I said that watching today's games, especially Cora, and watching Francona manage, and I'm sure the others were. I mean, I didn't get
just let's talk about it.
They were guys engaged in the process, Eric. Where all I ever saw from our manager was he never went out to beef with the umpire. Mm-hmm. What a guy who's hands-on, who's out there. I mean, you got to be smart like a manager. Whatever happened to the managers, Eric? Like Lou Piniella, who goes, geez, we're down by 2 in the 8th. I'm just going to go out and cause shit just to get kicked out of the game and fire up the team.
Nice. And I'll tell you what, Glenn, There was two managers that stood out to me tonight. Two of them. The first one, Greg Counsell, Chicago Cubs. He went out there. Matt Boyd was pitching a pretty good game. Wasn't even at 60 pitches. Went 4 1/3, and he went out there and he gave him the hook. And I was like, what is going on? Why is he pulling him so damn early? Now, was that because of analytics? Or was this because it was a game plan that they had? Because look, that means the bullpen had to go 4 2/3 to finish out the game. You're using up your bullpen in the very first game of the playoffs. And I'm like, man, there was no reason to. It wasn't like Matt Boyd didn't have anything. But he went to his bullpen. And look, and it was a hell of a move because that bullpen for 4 2/3 didn't even allow a hit. And they got it done against a good lineup against the San Diego Padres. And then Alex Cora, we've already talked about it. He stuck with his guy, Crochet. So I think it was interesting seeing those two managers kind of opposite ends of the spectrum. One guy went with his guy because he was dealing. The other guy went, you know what? I'm going to go a little bit new school and make this quote unquote the bullpen pitched more innings than the starter. The starter went 4 1/3, or 4 1/3, and the bullpen went 4 2/3. So
I said in our preview show, I thought San Diego would work the bullpen, which they did, but it was kind of a chess match, Eric. Both managers worked that bullpen. And on the flip side of the coin to your argument, this is game 1 in a 2 out of 3 series, Eric. I'd be approaching this if I'm the manager. If you're in the bullpen, be ready.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, look at all these teams. We got 4 teams now, Eric. I said to you earlier in the day, you had 8 teams on the field today, Eric. Tomorrow or Thursday, 4 of them are going home. So every man up.
That's right. It is. All hands on deck, as they say. What's up, buddy? I mean, that's
the only thing we don't have in our repertoire. We need a big foghorn.
That would be awesome. I bet you I can find one. I think I can find one. Here in a little bit, I'll
if anybody can do it, guys.
Hey,
boy Eric, my boy Eric.
But to your point, I mean, this isn't just you lose and you come back another day. Tomorrow, if 4 of these teams who've already lost lose tomorrow, their season's done. It's over.
So I understand your point about the pitching, but I'm on the other side where I'm every man up, dude. Like, especially game 1. Now you look at the Yankees. You think they're not going to be talk about pressure. It's 2 out of 3. Boys, there is no room for error now. No margin for error in the next 2. It's do or die.
Do or die.
And when I looked at that, I know the Yankees are said to have this great lineup. When I looked at they got some names on there, but Goldschmidt getting a little long in the tooth. Eric Bellinger, I'm not a fan of his to begin with. He's an inconsistent hitter. Chisholm, and I could do without him on my roster. Grisham, Volpe, Wells, Caballero. Of course, they've got Judge and Stanton who can hit long balls there, Eric. But I find that a very disjointed roster for some reason.
Yeah, and look, Judge has been clobbering the ball. Stanton has been clobbering the ball. But today, not a whole lot of clobbering. 1 home run from the Yankees, and that was Volpe. That was it.
But
that was it.
Hear me out here. Goldschmidt, Judge, Bellinger, Stanton. Okay? Rosario, Chisholm, Grisham, Volpe, Wells, Caballero. Again, kind of reminds me of something Wheatfield in San Francisco, Eric. Top heavy and then kind of a cast of characters there.
Yeah.
I don't think the Yankees are deep enough, Eric.
They might not be. Oh, look, they might not be. And you know what? They didn't start Ben Rice today?
I was shocked. He was going to be one of my picks to click. I forgot to mention. Now that it doesn't matter, he was going to be, I would have said, Eric, Ben Rice gotta have a good game. Didn't even play.
Didn't even play. Didn't even get in that bat.
I don't
And I
know.
guess because he's a lefty, right? And he didn't want him to go against the
Oh.
lefty. There it is. Yeah, I know.
We went the whole day. We went the whole day.
I know. Hey,
Jesus, Eric.
you know what's funny? And what was the exact opposite? If you watched the San Diego Padres and the Chicago Cubs, what did the Padres do? They threw 5.
Five?
They had
I thought it was
5.
4. 5 lefties?
Arias, right? Cronenworth,
Mhm.
Gavin Sheets. Who am I missing? O'Hearn. And there was another one. I'm missing somebody. There was another. Jackson Merrill. 5 lefties. 5 lefties in today's San Diego Padres lineup, and they were going up against the lefty. So, hey, they're putting up their guys against lefties. So there you go. Didn't work out for them because they didn't
Both
win.
teams. Yep, both teams in that game. There were 10 pitchers got to touch the ball today, Eric. But I almost fell off the chair when I see Drew Pomeranz coming in.
Drew Pomeranz, forever Giant. And he was dealing. He was throwing 95.
What is it about them when they leave the organization? You say is it Littell going tomorrow?
Zach Littell? Remember he had
Pomeranz.
yeah.
Remember how bad, how horrific opening day. Opening day, one game in the guy's career, for whatever reason, was defined by Giants fan Connor
Matt
Joe.
Boyd. That's right. Matt Boyd
Connor
was on
Joe
that.
played well in Pittsburgh last couple of years there. So, dude, when they get out of town, get out of Dodge, something magical
And
happens.
Matt Boyd was a Giant, but he never got to the big club. He was always in the minors because he had injury. So the Giants, Farhan in his infinite wisdom loves to sign injured guys. He stayed in the minor. The Giants wind up trading him. This was a couple of years ago, and now he became pretty good. Pitched for Detroit. Well, who else did he pitch for? I can't remember who else he pitched for. But yeah, he had a fantastic year this year. So
Matt Boyd, he's been around for a while, and today was his first postseason start, Eric. That's how you get opportunities in your career.
there you go.
You win, you show up, or you go down like the Titanic. Right there.
There you go. Women and children first. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I tell you.
I'm surprised that the show hasn't gone off the rails, man. I'm so tired. It was a long day with 5 shows today. I got 2 hours sleep. I had to get up and do the morning show on the radio. I'm dude, and it's 100 degrees. Why when I go to Canada at this time of year, tomorrow's October 1st, it's 100 degrees, Eric, and I got no air conditioning. So
today was beautiful.
I'm
here.
a delicate flower
little-
and my petals are falling off.
Oh man.
I've been known to pen a few ditties, Eric. I got some lines.
Nice.
I'm a
Hey,
delicate
guess what?
flower.
Guess what's tomorrow? All over again. 4 games.
Oh, Jesus. We're not doing a pregame, I hope.
No pregame. We did a pregame for the series, so that we can let that. But we're gonna have 4 shows again tomorrow, guys.
As Jerry Seinfeld would say, we'll do the pop-in. We'll do the pop-in.
Oh my gosh.
I enjoyed it, though.
It was cool,
ESPN
man.
Group,
Hey, we're talking
ABC
baseball.
and ESPN, yeah.
Talking
I think-
some baseball.
I think tomorrow, being a Wednesday, there's no football. Tonight was the winner-go-home game between the Fever and the Aces, so I had that on the split screen. There's no basketball. It's baseball and nothing.
Baseball, man.
It's
Baseball.
baseball, is there?
Come on, it's playoff baseball. I don't care about football or anything. It's playoff baseball.
I do like my basketball.
I get you. Hey, it's playoffs. Hey, at least you could say that. It's playoffs. So
Playoffs.
playoffs. Oh, geez, Ibrahim. My God. Hunter was a little too green today with his lack of postseason experience showing. There you go. Hey, only Ibrahim could come in and have comments like that. That's fantastic.
So
That
what's
is
going to happen with Nostradamus? Is he strictly
What
a Giants
happening?
guy? Is he
I don't
strictly
know.
Giants, or is he going to have his postseason takes?
I don't know.
Maybe he ran out of parchment, Eric. I don't know.
Maybe he's so distraught he can
Yeah.
no longer, take pen to paper, so to speak. Cultural House. Hey, I have not seen you in here before, Cultural House. Welcome to the fraternity that we call Giants Sports Talk Live. Dodgers have the worst bullpen among all playoff teams. Close game, Dodgers losing 100%. Bullpen will blow it 100%. Okay, I hear what he's saying. He's saying if the Dodgers lose, it's going to be because of the bullpen.
Well, after that's an interesting take, Eric, because after game one, it showed me no reason why I would go against them.
I'll tell you what, though. You see what Glenn, it was 10-5, bases loaded with only one out. This could have got sideways in a hurry.
Eric, let me ask you a question. Let's go back in time. Who won the World Series last year with no pitching?
That would be the Los Angeles Dodgers.
Just saying.
We'll see.
Just saying. And they have better starters this year. So their starters
story has yet to be written. Story has yet to be written.
Okay.
Come on. I ain't rooting for no damn Dodgers. They're good. Don't get me wrong. I'll say that they're good. They're good.
Isn't Sasaki?
I'll be damned. Yeah, he's on the roster. Roki Sasaki's on the wild card roster. So. Santiago. Glenn's not wrong.
Who needs Nostradamus? You got me, Eric.
Yep. And Insane is with me. F the Dodgers. Yeah, there you go.
There you go.
That's okay. There's nothing wrong. It's okay.
There's a few guys.
Here goes. Here goes. Dodger fans are starting to chime in. That's okay. It's okay. Chapter 1, Giants eliminated. Okay. Well, let's see. 2 more games for the wild card. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. Don't be crying. Don't be crying on here when the Dodgers get eliminated because their bullpen failed them.
Your buddy wants us over in Beantown wants us to answer his Red Sox question, Eric.
Besides seeing them against the Giants, what was your first opinion on the Red Sox roster today?
I thought it was adequate. I thought it was one of the weaker rosters, Eric.
It didn't. I wasn't impressed. I'll tell you one thing though, man. And I haven't even talked about it, and I can't believe because it was a key part of the game. The kid, we talked about it. Well, yeah, we did it in the other post game. I forgot his damn name again. The kid that stretched out that double. Holy shit. It was a gapper, right? He hit a shot.
The guy they got from the A's, right?
Oh, man. What's his
name? The guy that came over.
Come on, Justin. What's his name? The guy that stretched the double out.
Sogard.
Is he relation to the other Sogard? There was another Sogard that had played years ago. Is he any relation?
Player. He was a bat-to-ball player. He was good.
Yes, he was. Was there any relation? I wonder. Anyway, Sogard hits a gapper out there to right center. As soon as he broke out of the box, he was thinking double. He did not slow down one iota. He flew around, and it was a bang play at second, and he got in there.
That's the ball he hit out to Ramos this afternoon, right?
No, it went out to because it was
Ramos.
against the Yankees.
I thought it was Ramos. The way he played that ball, Eric, I was sure for a minute that was Ramos. I'm just saying.
See what you're doing.
You got to be quicker.
See what you're doing.
Quicker. And I'm on a roll tonight, man. I don't know it's because I'm tired. I'm on a roll.
You're a little delirious. A little delirious. But it was a bang play, man. I mean, he was safe. And you know what? You know what that made? That made runners at second and third. And what happens? Yoshida comes up, hits a single, both runs score. Next thing you know, it's 2-1. Boston never looked back. Unbelievable. That was a huge play. Huge play. Hustle, baby. That's what I love about baseball. That's baseball. That's baseball. It's not just about hitting the ball over the damn fence. Come on, guys. Get on board. It's okay. You could score runs doing different things in baseball. You don't always have to hit it over the damn fence. That was awesome. That was fun to watch. That's excitement. There's movement on the base paths. You got the fielders out there throwing the ball in. The second baseman or the shortstop trying to get the catch and making the tag. Come on.
Thank you, Eric.
Come on,
I wanted to see from the opening. We saw it for a week. What did we see it? 10 days? We saw 10 days of that this year.
Yeah.
And Lou wants the same. National League ball. He wants
National League baseball. Look.
Bad news for Val Ramos. I'm always going to go for the underdog. Well, according to the chat, the Dodgers are quickly becoming the underdog for some reason. Val, wear that blue and white, my friend.
Oh, man.
I feel like watching some Eddie Murphy tonight, Eric.
What's that?
Got me all wound up for some Eddie Murphy.
Oh, look at that.
Delirious.
Let's see.
Delirious.
RJ says Yamamoto's going to finish the Reds tomorrow. Probably. Could possibly be. Shohei gets game 1. You think so? You don't think it might be a Kershaw taking game 1, maybe? Because I know he's not on the wild card roster. He might be on the DS.
I think Shohei's a long shot. You don't mess with your guy who's hit bombs.
That's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking. I don't know if I would want to have Shohei start game 1.
Everybody loves that. All the Dodger fans love that, Eric, until he pulls an arm ligament or something, and then what?
What I would like? Save him as a freaking bullet in the chamber, so to speak. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Hey, that's what I would do. That's what I would do. Hey, what's up, Cliff? Every team needs the type of player in that postseason. Reminds me of Andreas Torres. Exactly.
There you go.
Exactly. Angel Pagan, right? Gregor Blanco.
Guys one of the best. Eric, one of the best bench players I've ever seen. You know that?
Man, those guys would come through with a key hit, and they had some wheels, right?
I loved Gregor.
They had some wheels. Come on, man.
Gregor Blanco, forever.
Damn, dude. I can't wait to look at this. The season is a couple of days old, and I'm already ready for 2026.
You and I both.
Oh, man. Ibrahim, dude. Ohtani is like a big turd. Painful. You hate it. It makes you strain, but you can't deny it makes a splash.
He's outdoing me tonight. Oh, my goodness.
Oh, my God. That's pretty damn good. Right? That kind of the mental picture that I get is horrific, but I get the point. That's pretty good. Oh, my gosh. Oh, Insane Sports. Eric and Glenn, what do you think is that surprise breakout postseason player this year? For example, Randy Arozarena or Eddie Rosario. Ooh, what do you think? Who do you got as that guy who has a hell of a postseason?
That guy will be Trey Savage.
Oh, really? The young pitcher for the Blue Jays.
Blue Jay starter they called up.
Interesting. Let's see. In 2010, it would for the Giants, I would say it would have been Tim Lincecum because he was just dominant, right? I guess 2012, Pablo Sandoval was the guy.
Oh, I thought you meant who this year?
Yeah, for this year.
Okay.
Yeah, for this year. I'm just thinking of Giants of yesteryear. Giants of yesteryear.
All right.
And then, of course, 2014 was Mad Bum. But, that's interesting. Who else? Who could be that guy?
And while you're thinking about that, Eric, remember we talked about it? I think Lou was involved in the chat. Lou might have been the guy who brought it up. But no matter whether you're a grizzled veteran, you're a guy like Savage, you only got a couple of games under your belt as a pitcher, you have a chance. Baseball allows you to leave a lasting legacy. One game, Eric, and people will remember you.
Perfect example. Let's use Gregor Blanco. What is he known for? That beautiful diving catch, right? It's a moment in baseball, and his name will never be forgotten, especially if you're a Giants fan.
But look at Mad Bum. Mad Bum, tremendous pitcher, Eric. But what will everyone remember?
Postseason, Game 7, going 5 innings of relief.
I still remember that, Eric. I was watching that game, and I'm thinking, you talk about pulling a pitcher. I'm like, he's going. If you and I had known each other, I would have been on the text. He's going out for another inning, Eric.
Yep.
It's like they're not pulling the pin on this guy.
It was unbelievable. It was funny because I didn't know if he was going to go to 09. But when I got scared because it was Game 7. Tim Hudson had nothing. He had nothing. He didn't even go 2 innings. And there goes Bochy having to go to the bullpen. He had to go to Jeremy Affeldt. I'm like, oh, son of a bitch. And he goes 3 innings, and that's huge. That was huge for Affeldt to go 3 innings. Normally, he's just a 1-inning guy. And he got it done. And then out comes Mad Bum. And you're like, oh, here we go. Let's go. Let's see what happens. Dude, it was unbelievable. Unbelievable. You know what I'm going to say? Oh, Insane said Bryson Scott for the Phillies. You know what? I'm going to stick with the Phillies. You know who I think is going to go off? I think Kyle Schwarber. I could see him having a hell of a postseason. Something about that guy. Something about that guy, man. We'll see.
You know what I should work on? And I'm going to write it down so I don't forget and I don't make idle promises. Talk about a Philadelphia Philly.
I know you're talking about.
Who has memories in the postseason, World Series ring.
Yeah.
Give my old pal Matt Stairs a call.
A ring? Yeah, see what he's up to.
We can get him on a show. Problem is, he's not only Eastern Zone, he's a zone over.
Man, so he's in
I'm on at midnight now, so it would be 2:30 in the morning.
Right?
It's 2:30.
Oh. 2:30.
So it's hard to get him. Yeah, it's a 4-hour time difference between where he lives.
We would have to do a special show in the afternoon to get him on.
Yeah, pre-tape it and run it.
That's
whatever.
Fine. Or go live and, hey, people want to ask Matt some questions. They're more than happy to. That'd be awesome.
I know that's going back in time, Eric, but that's a memorable. That was a great afternoon. You and I. That was in the infancy of this show, and
it was. That was an awesome
interviews. But here's a guy, Eric.
Man,
here's a guy who hit like World Series winning bombs. Eric, he's got a World Series, and he's on with Eric and Glenn.
And who did he put the dagger in? Who did he put the dagger in with a certain home run during the NLCS?
Another Canadian.
Yeah. He wind up putting the knife in the back of the Dodgers back in, what was that, 2008 or 9?
Do you remember who the pitcher was?
No, I don't.
Let me look it up.
I have to look it up.
French-Canadian pitcher. A French-Canadian pitcher. So it was two Canadians. Matt Stairs, he's from Fredericton, New Brunswick, and the pitcher was French-Canadian. There's not that many you think I would remember.
Yep. It wasn't Gagne, was it?
Eric.
It was Gagne that he hit it against? Oh, yeah. Wow.
Do you remember the play?
And Mark came in and is letting us know. Here, hold on. Let me do something. Let me go look.
Poor Matt. He's still got that video up on YouTube, man. They interviewed him after that game. It was tragic, Eric, his interview.
Oh, here we go. Hold on.
He wasn't very good. He actually came on the air with us for over an hour and a half. Remember?
He was on for a while.
I want to keep going. And then he was interviewed after that game. They said, Matt, you come in swinging a hot bat. You're one of your Major League Baseball's. He's the all-time leader in home runs off the bench, Eric. Pinch hits.
Yep.
We're talking Lou Gehrig level. And he said, I just grabbed. What was it? I grabbed my big stick and anyway, you look it up on YouTube, guys. The Matt Stairs interview. Oh, poor guy.
I'm trying to find it. Here we go. Is this it? That's not it. Wait, hold on. Hold on. I'm getting to it. Hold on. Is that it? That's not it.
Just search Matt Stairs home run off Gagne.
That's not the one I wanted. I don't want to get the one that's on the MLB. They don't like that. Come on.
This is
gosh dang it. Yeah, whatever. What the hell? This will be fun. What the hell? Why not? We're talking Matt Stairs. Let's take a gander here.
Oh yeah, I got it here, but if you got it, go ahead.
Yep, we got it. Here we go. Philly 5, Dodgers 5, top of the 8th, 2 outs, 1 man on. The count is 3-1. Here we go.
Stairs rips one into the night, deep into right, way out of here.
Halfway up to the bleachers. Rips one into the night. He rips one into the night. How about that? That was a bomb, dude. Halfway up the bleachers in right field. Woo!
He looks like he should be in a motorcycle gang now, Eric. He's bald. He's got the goatee that comes down about 8 inches.
Yeah, you don't want to mess. You don't want to meet him in a dark alley.
If you ever spot him in Fredericton, which, I've seen him many times when I worked over there at CFNB Radio, he always walks around with steel toe work boots, plaid jacket. Looks like a lumberjack, Eric.
Joe Buck's lack of Anthony. Joe, yeah. Rips one into the night. not much emotion behind it, right?
His dad was one of the greatest of all time.
Yeah, it was Broxton. That's who it was. It was Broxton that he hit it against. Jonathan Broxton.
Was it?
Not Gagne. It was Broxton. That's okay.
Are you sure?
Yeah, that was Broxton. I'm
Hold
positive.
on. I typed in
Matt Stairs versus Jonathan Broxton. If you type that, it'll probably come in.
Okay, let me to it. Matt Stairs, home run off.
Hey, insane. Much appreciated. He says, if you're new and haven't subscribed, go subscribe to this channel. They are the best. Trust me. You won't regret it. Insane. Thank you, sir. I appreciate your support, man. That means a lot. Really, it does. Thank you, man. And yes, do what Insane says. Subscribe. If you're out there and you're not chatting and you want to chat, subscribe. Make sure you like the video if you like it. Hit the notification bell. You'll know every time we go live, which is almost every damn night. Almost every damn night. We're pretty damn crazy. Every single night.
It was Broxton. That particular home run.
That one was, yeah. Gagne last season in LA was 2006. God dang, it feels so long.
Matt Stairs. I must be also confusing with Matt Stairs.
Because I think he hit another one.
Series.
That's the World Series is different, yeah.
Bomb. Because he won a game for them.
Yeah, he did. Yep.
Matt Stairs. How many home runs do you think Matt Stairs had in his career, Eric?
Oh, wasn't he at 300? Didn't he have 300?
265.
265, not quite 300.
Yep. Meanwhile, when he played over there in Korea, Japan, Nippon, I think that's Korea, had 6 career home runs. He talked about his playing over there in our interview, Eric.
Yeah, he did.
I may look that up. Not this week. I get too much baseball going on, but I'm going to have to revisit that interview and listen to it back.
Yeah, why not? It's good stuff. Ibrahim, guys, the Dodgers-Giants hate has to stop. It's just the game, and we're all adults. As a peace offering, I say we loan Ryan Walker to the Dodgers for the postseason. Yeah, exactly. That is the peace offering. I like that. That's a great peace offering.
Disturber.
Absolutely. Hey, there you go. Hey, you may have Ryan. He's got great stuff. Seriously, he's got great stuff. Ryan Walker. He will not disappoint. Hey, are you surprised we didn't see a Doval sighting? We may see a Doval sighting maybe tomorrow in the pinstripes.
They're brave enough to use him.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
Let me ask Charlie, will we see Doval tomorrow? Nope.
I bet you we do. I bet you we do. I bet you we see Doval tomorrow.
Does he suck? Yep.
Yeah.
Oh
Mark,
God.
He goes, I agree. The only show I would stay up past 1 a.m. for. My wife joined the party last week. Oh, man.
Hope he's not talking about Giant Sports Talk Live.
Talking about us, man.
Do we affect lives? Do we affect people's lives?
Yes. Dude, I tell you, man, people stay up late to watch this, man. We're something of a thing, Glenn. Oh, my gosh. Where we at?
I got to give him credit. If we're going to banter, the Dodgers give us back Conforto as the peace offering.
All right, hold on 1 second.
And by the way, if you didn't notice, guys, Conforto not even on the roster.
No, he's not.
He was left off the roster. He's got to be pissed. Oh, Abraham, I totally agree with you, my friend. He talks about Doval being nonchalant. That's the word I used to use. He'd lose a game, and he looked so ho-hum. Oh, well. Dude, no fire in that guy's liver.
No fire in the liver. Woo! Wow.
Not that I'm running out to like pin any Congressional Medal of Honors to his liver or anything like that. Just saying.
Oh my gosh. Hold on. I'm in communication with our guests. We'll see what's going to happen. Maybe it might be tomorrow. We'll see. We shall see.
All right, while you're doing that, I need to get wash my face. Let's remind everybody that it's not just Giants Sports Talk Live, but Playoff Sports Talk Live. Brought to you by our proud sponsors of Giants Sports Talk Live.
Giant Sports Talk Live, brought to you by Lefties in Burlingame. Visit Lefties for all of your Giants collecting needs. By GenesisGoldIRA.com, Signatures for Soldiers. Duxwell Printing, for all of your printing needs in the Bay Area. Visit Duxwell Printing at 37 Wentworth Place in San Francisco. And by BetterCreditCards.com. For the best credit card choice for you, visit BetterCreditCards.com. Covering the San Francisco Giants nightly online. We are Giant Sports Talk Live. Now, back to Eric and Glenn.
All right, please support the sponsors if you are in the Bay Area or surrounding areas, and you can do that. By the way, Eric, I got to ask you a question now to keep the ball rolling tonight. Let the snowball build.
Mm-hmm.
Of the teams that lost today, are there multiple, or is there a team that you are most concerned about that it might be over tomorrow? I mean, we talked about who won, but who now is in the back seat?
One that I think is the most threatened to be eliminated, the Reds.
I have to agree there.
So that's got to be the Reds. All right. Look at Val says, Eric, I was with you when you were here with Dan, and now I'm here with you and Glenn. Absolutely. I remember you, Val. There's a lot of people in here that I've known for, God, years, man. Years.
Chardall?
Years. Chardall, yeah. There's a lot of guys in here, man. I tell you.
Chardall.
Hey, check this out. We got a guy from Chicago. Well, I don't know if he's from Chicago, but he's a Cubs fan. Tommy Magnan. I'm going to say Magnan.
Tommy Magnan, PI.
Tommy Magnan. Forgive me if I'm butchering it. Welcome to the fraternity we call Giant Sports Talk Live.
Could be Manon.
Said, what's my thoughts on the Cubs? I am a Cubs fan. Cubs are a good team, man. I like them. You got freaking Seiya Suzuki, Kyle Tucker. You got Kelly, who came through in the clutch today. Dansby Swanson. He's a pretty damn good player. And then, of course, you got Matt Boyd. You got Imanaga. I'm surprised. Why wouldn't they go with Imanaga? And that's what I'm saying, Glenn. I'm wondering if they're saving Imanaga for game one of the DS. Now, if they lost today, maybe Imanaga would have gone game two because it's a elimination game. So,
well, wait a second, Eric. I know this is no Emmy Award show or anything, but roll out the red carpet to Tommy. He's the Cub fan. What's going on with the pitching?
Yeah,
there?
let me ask you, Tommy. Let me ask you, why are you guys going with a bullpen game tomorrow? Are you trying to save Imanaga for the DS? Talk to me, Tommy. Talk to me.
Talk to me, Tommy. That's pretty good.
It says he is going to be the game in second inning for tomorrow. So Imanaga is pitching tomorrow, but just not starting. Is that what you're trying to say?
That's still weird.
I know why. He's playing analytics, talking about counsel. Who's the first three in the lineup? It's all righties. So they're going to get Kittredge in there to get the top of the lineup and then bring in Imanaga so he could face the lefties. Because I'm guessing that the San Diego Padres are probably going to have another game where there's 5 lefties in the lineup.
Tommy, Eric, I'll bring it up. I'll say I told you so. If tomorrow, Eric, I text you, or we'll be on the show. If we're on the show early, they're hopping into the first inning of the game, and I go, yeah, they gave up 4, Eric. Say I told you so. Don't screw around. That's gimmicks, Eric. You know I don't like gimmicks. Well, I got enough gimmicks.
Hey, I'll tell you what, it worked. It worked for him today. I mean, there's times it will work, and there's times it won't.
Yeah, but are you ready? Are you? Do you want to roll the dice on that, Eric?
Yeah, well, I mean,
is that something you want to roll the dice on and go?
But you know what?
Well, it didn't work out. It didn't work out.
That's kind of how baseball's gone, though. It's the era of the bullpen, and
yeah, but you know me, I say fuck that bullshit.
I hear
Stop with the analytics. Analytics should be,
it's a tool. No, don't get me wrong.
Now, don't live by it. 2018. Yankees and the Oakland Athletics. It was a one-game playoff, Eric.
Exactly.
And what did the A's do? They did a bullpen game in a one-gamer. What the hell?
Yeah, I remember that.
We need our starters if we win it. Dude,
yeah, I know. Yeah, hey, Jesus. You know what? I tell you, but that's misusing the strategy. Hey, it's just bad strategy, period.
That's nuts.
Hey, guys, we got a special treat for you. We got a special guest that's going to be joining us here shortly. I think you guys are going to like it. If you want some good baseball talk, guys, you're going to enjoy this. All right, here. Yeah, go for it.
With no disrespect to Jalal, just so there's an easy transition, that I got to go over to the radio booth. I'm heading over to, dude, our day never ends. So I'm heading over to the radio booth. You can wrap things up with Jalal. I'll be tuned in on the background, but I've got radio work to do, and I've got to head down to the newsroom as well. So I got to
absolutely.
Dude, I took the day off to watch baseball. Now I'm going to be up till 5 a.m. doing my work.
Hey.
Jalal, Eric, have a great show. Eric, I'm going to talk to you for 4 shows tomorrow.
Do it all over again, man.
Let the fun begin. Had a great day with you, Eric.
Awesome. Thanks, Glenn.
Lights out, guys. Have a good night.
See you in the we'll see you in the AM tomorrow.
Please don't remind.
All right, here we go, guys. Without further ado.
And now, another special guest appearance on Giant Sports Talk Live.
All right, here we go. The one and only Jalal Leach. What's up, Jalal?
Eric, how you doing tonight?
It's going well, man. Hey, first and foremost, it was great to see you Saturday evening over there in at the Vogue Theater in San Francisco. We both had the pleasure of watching, which was absolutely fantastic. That was a great movie. I really enjoyed being able to watch that. And look, I was happy to invite me and be able to go see that movie of his life. So it was awesome.
Yeah, Marty is a beauty. I mean, and just hearing his story, growing up or being born in Brooklyn and then moving down to Miami, being a trial lawyer. I mean, he is a tremendous, not just baseball person, just human being. My girlfriend, she couldn't stop raving about him. And she even told
absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And I tell you what, and I'm glad you said that, because it really highlighted the man that he is. And he look, when they talked about his last trial and the stuff he had to go through it was incredible. And to be able to transition, from being a trial lawyer into being, the baseball guy that he is, it was just tremendous. I really did enjoy that.
Yeah, he is a beauty. From the first time I met him to the present, just a great human being, and I can't thank him enough for inviting us to come down and watch.
Yes.
And I learned a lot, so it was really good.
It was. Well, Jalal, a lot of baseball today, man. I mean, this is crazy. 4 days of playoff baseball. It's a little bit different, right? We're not used to seeing that much baseball in one day, specifically baseball or playoff ball. The kind of the common denominator today, the starting pitching was just absolutely incredible today, man. The guys went out there with Tariq Skubal and Garrett Crochet, Blake Snell. Gosh, who else was out there? Gavin Williams was pretty good for the Guardians. Again, you got the pitching and you got the defense, and you're going to go far in the playoffs, aren't you?
Oh, no doubt. That was the Giants' recipe in their championship years. And I think every teams that win every year, you have to have starting pitching and quality starting pitching and good defense. So I know I kind of came on and heard you guys or Glenn ranting a little bit about analytics, and it's just I'm not anti-analytics, but it's like every time, and I didn't see all the games today. I watched bits and pieces, but it's funny to me how when the games mean something, there's a lot at stake. They play old school baseball because you're trying to win for the day, because there may be no tomorrow. So it's like they throw everything out, and you see guys shortening up with 2 strikes trying to put the ball in play. Just the energy, the emotion, the intensity of the game, stuff that you can't put a number to or quantify, because I think it was somewhere in the I was watching the Cleveland game, and there was something. It was a tight game the whole day. I didn't see the whole game, but I could feel the energy coming through the TV, and that's stuff you can't quantify and say, oh, anyone can pitch this inning or anyone can pitch. No, when these games are the difference between your team advancing or going on vacation early. You need to make sure you know that human being out there has the stomach, the heart, the ability to be able to succeed in those situations. It's a game. It is still a game to me.
Exactly. And I'll tell you, and I don't know if you saw this, it was in the Boston and the Yankees game, and I've talked about this already. Sogard, kid for Boston, hits a gapper right center, and out of the box, he was going, and there was no denying him, and he stretched out that double. I mean, it was a bang, bang play. His hand got in the bag, and then the tag came right afterwards. And I tell you, that's what I love about the game. I love the movement of the game, not just the home runs, but just seeing guys taking that extra base, being a little bit aggressive. Granted, sometimes you may get thrown out, sometimes you may not, but I just love seeing, especially in playoff baseball, because that made the score, because the next guy coming up was Oshida, got a base hit, both runs scored. It's 2-1 Boston Red Sox now. And it just something like that can change the game on a dime. And that's what I love about the game. You just there's so many different ways that you can win a baseball game, and it's fun. Yeah, don't get me wrong. Home runs are awesome. They're exciting. But being able, like you said, maybe take a little bit of swing out, choke up on the bat, and just put the ball in play. And amazing things can happen. I tell you what, the Aroldis Chapman, boy, did he, when you give up 3 singles like that and you load the bases and you got no outs and you don't allow a run, whoo-wee, man, but he's been there before.
Exactly. Makeup. He said, I've been on this stage before. So I know what it feels like. I know what to expect, and that's yet I don't know, have we been able to quantify or put a number to that, in that moment. I mean, in these games mean so much to their clubs. If they advance to the World Series or win the World Series, they may come back to that one instance when he got them through that inning without them scoring and they end up winning the game. We've heard the stories every year. I mean, I go to football, the Joe Montana, the Dwight Clark catch, that goes down in 49er history, or Travis Ishikawa. I mean, was he a journeyman player, right? Right. Still probably will never buy a drink or a dinner in San Francisco to his grave because everyone remembers that hit, or Buster hitting the granny off of Latos. I heard someone talking about it the other day in Cincinnati. So it's like there's just marquee moments in sport when someone wins a championship that it has nothing to do with numbers or a matchup. It's just in the present, right player, right spot, right catch, right hit, right pitch, we win. And now the celebration begins, on and on and on. So I'm not anti-analytics. I use them. I look at them. I am a Rapsodo junkie. But at the end of the day, I know what a line drive looks like. And I know sometimes, when I'm training the kids, even if they say, oh, I didn't get the exit velo or the launch angle they want, I say, yeah, but I know that ball would get through the infield. And if we got runners in scoring position, that may be the difference in us winning the game. So take your exit velo and your launch angle, whatever, and throw it out the window. So, and that's why we like playoff baseball, championship baseball, and all the sports, is because it's just that real time, what could happen at that moment to help the team win, to either advance on or win it all.
Absolutely. And when you're talking about that, I'm already thinking about the Michael Morse home run. Remember, he hit it off that funky righty, that no one could hit from Philadelphia. And when he planted that in the what is it, the driveway out there in left field, it was just like utter joy. Let's talk about it. A lot of this has been talked about, with the Giants season ending, the news of Bob Melvin being let go. I'm going to get your opinion. What do you think is the most important trade in getting a new manager? Because this is one of his most important decisions he's going to have to make. Oh, am I here?
You froze at the beginning. All I heard was, what is the most?
There you go. Okay, what is the most important trait that you should be looking at when you want to get a new manager? Buster Posey, look, this is probably going to be one of his most important decisions he's going to have to make as a Pobo. What do you think, as far as a manager, according to your law, what do you think is the most important trait that you want in a manager?
What I may want to be completely different than what Buster will want. So, for me, whatever. At the end of the day, for me, it's someone who can, because I know how long, and I know Buster does too, I know how long the baseball season is. And I'm not saying you need a pom-poms guy, who's always, hothead or just way too high strung, because the players will sense that. So it's almost like, I don't know. For me, you need a guy who will kick you in the pants when you need to be kicked in the pants, who will slap you on the butt or hug you when you need to be hugged, will tell you to sit down when you need a break because you're not worth anything to the team. And it's just, but in San Francisco, the tradition is built upon winning. And I'm not saying just winning the first round of the playoffs. It's winning the World Series. When Buster and those guys won those championships, the bar, in my opinion, was elevated. So you have to come in there with the expectations of, I don't just want to get these guys to the playoffs. I have to get these guys to the World Series and win the darn thing, because that's what the Giants fans expect. They're used to it, and now it's been 10, 11 years since they've won. So it's like, there should be a little anxiousness, like, hey, we've got to get this thing going in the right direction to try to win this thing again. And I'm not saying it's going to happen next year, but it's like to answer your question, I just feel like you need a guy who's coming in with a winning mindset. I would say experience because of the market, but I wouldn't also discredit that. If you have a guy, for instance, I'm trying to think of someone who's never managed that I think would be a good man. Oh, Hensley Mullins.
Okay.
One of my old
Bam.
Yes. One of the former Giants hitting coach, I think he bench coach. See, I know him personally. I've known him for years. And the thing that's unique about Hensley is he's from Curacao. They speak, because they're, I believe, a Dutch. They speak 5 different languages. I've been to Curacao to do his baseball camp. So they speak like every language. So communication. He can speak English, Spanish. I think Bam speaks
He
Dutch.
speaks 5, right? Isn't it like 5? I think he knows Japanese, right?
Yes, because he played in Japan. So, and to me, his demeanor, it was years ago when I was scouting. I think I was with whenever he was in charge of Team Netherlands, and I was scouting the WBC over in Korea. And every morning, all the teams and scouts, we were all staying in the same hotel. And I remember going down to the restaurant to eat breakfast in the morning, and guys like and Dralton Simmons was in there. Xander Bogaerts was in there. And, you keep seeing guys after a while, you're like, okay, they must be like, he must be here for the same reason I'm here, because I'm seeing him at the same time every morning. So I start asking them about Bam, and they're like, he is awesome to play for. He shoots you straight. He knows some of us are stars in the big league, so he understands the pecking order and all this. Because I think at the time, Didi might have even been on that team. So it's like they had profile. So they might have had like 4 shortstops. And I was like,
wow,
Bam gonna do this, because all those guys were like in their prime. But they respected him. And if he asked them to play third or second or outfield, he got no gripes. And they're like, he shoots you straight, and he's a motivator, and he can get on you when you need to be got on, and then he can kind of pacify you. So I always felt like he should get a shot. This guy speaks. He can communicate with the players from the Pac Rim. He speaks Spanish. He's played many years and coached many years here in the States. Well-spoken, so the communication to the media and the understanding, not needing a translator. Shoot, he can translate for some guys. I just think,
I never even thought about that. Is he still with the Yankees organization? Because I think that's where he was last. I don't know if he still is or not. I think he was either.
He was the hitting coach in Colorado this year until they let him go early in the season.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
So he's at home, trying to figure out his next move. But I've always, playing with him, against him, just getting to know him over the years. When the old regime was in charge, and I was like, man, why doesn't Bam ever get a shot to manage a team? Because this guy's a baseball lifer, and he's a good communicator. He speaks all these languages. He checks all the boxes, but it's like, do you get pigeonholed as a hitting coach, or like
Ron Wotus.
Yeah, bench coach. Why didn't he ever get to manage a team? Do they just pitch? It's like a player. Yeah, this guy will never be every day. He's always a utility player. So you kind of get stuck in that role. And is it fair? I don't know, but it's like, I feel like Hensley would be a great candidate if I were the president of baseball operations, to answer your question.
Nice. How about that? I haven't heard that one. I've been talking about Wotus because I've had a chance to hear him speak when him and Marty went up to Yountville. I went over there and I was listening to them talk, and he's a heck of a communicator. He is. And I kind of been advocating because he's kind of like always the bridesmaid, never the bride, right? Because he was the bench coach under Dusty and under Felipe and under Bruce. And I would love to see him get a shot. I just don't know if maybe the time may have just passed. I don't know. We'll find out soon enough, because I know you have to go through a process with the interviewing and all that other stuff. But Hensley Mullins, I never even really thought about that. He unfortunately he caught some grief there towards the end of his Giants. Why are the Giants hitting? It's got to be the hitting coach, and that's why I'm hesitant to always blame the coaches, because the players got to go out there and get it done, right? The hitting coach can't stand in the box with you, right? You got to go out there and you got to get it done. So. Yeah, man, that would be awesome to be able to watch. What'd you think of some of the young guys on the Giants? We got a little bit of a taste of Bryce Eldridge. I like what I saw. I thought he struck out often, but I thought he worked the count quite often every time he came up. It wasn't ever. I don't think maybe once I saw him go 1, 2, 3 with a strikeout. But other than that, he seemed to always be working that count. And I was pleasant. 20 years old, right? Getting his first taste. And he was kind of a high pressure situation because Dom Smith went down. The Giants were still battling. And he's getting a call up at like, hey, this is not really the time you want to call up your top prospect. And he's never been in the major leagues before. What'd you think of Bryce?
The little I saw of him, he seems like an old soul type. Kind of like when Buster came up. It just didn't seem like the game was speed. If it was speeding up on it, he did a good job of masking it. And meaning, like, I saw a couple of his at bats where some of these guys would just not give in. I mean, that's the scouting report, and throw him a fastball, and it was like breaking ball, breaking ball, breaking ball, breaking ball, and he was spitting on him. So I was like, man, this dude looks like he's gonna be all right, because he's disciplined. He wasn't a free swinger, so all the ingredients are there. But now the question is, you've got Devers, you've got Dom Smith, and then you have him. So it's like, okay, so who's gonna DH? Who's gonna play first? Could one of them go to it's almost like, I know when they first got Eldridge, they had him in the outfield. It's almost like, hindsight's 2020, but should they have kept him in the outfield? Because now he could be out there where I think they need help. And then that would have been an easier way to get him in the lineup. But now that they've acquired Devers, it's like, and then Dom Smith, who's a really good defender at first base. So it's like you have 3 first basemen, and I don't know if you want to take a 20-year-old and just pigeonhole him. Here we go again. And just say he's a DH.
Right.
And it's hard to DH. I mean, that's usually someone who's,
been in a while, been in the league a while, right?
Yeah, Big Papi or Edgar Martinez, someone who's, played a position who can't play in the field anymore. JD Martinez, and then they learn how to DH, because it is not, I've heard guys, and I've done it, it's like 4 pinch hits because you're not in the flow of the game. And all you're thinking about is your bats over and over, because you can't go out there and play defense and make a play and save a run. All you're thinking about is, okay, next time up, if they're going to start me off with this or throw me this. And then if you don't do anything, you're like, man, the guys are out there busting their butts, pitchers pitching his butt off, they're playing defense, and I'm just sitting over here waiting for my turn to come around again. So it's tough. So I don't know. I don't know what they're going to do, but I mean, to answer your question, he looks the part, and I guess they could always start him back in Sacramento, and see how it all plays out. Bring him to he's going to go to camp and see if he just forces his way on the team in some regard. So, but I was impressed. I mean, for his first time out.
Yeah, I was. I mean, that was great to see. And to your point, talking about Dom Smith, gosh dang, I love watching him. I love watching him come up to play and then playing in the field. And I know there was an interview he said he was working in the offseason in his outfield play. So maybe he could do that. But, man, he was such a good first baseman. But I just loved his approach. And I when I was talking to Marty, I said he kind of reminds me when Wilmer was hitting, because towards the end of the season he wasn't hitting as much. But he kind of reminded me of a left-handed Wilmer Flores. He would give you a good at-bat. More times than not, he's going to make contact. He's not going to strike out. And I love seeing him. I hope the Giants could be able to keep him. But to your point, where are you going to put him, right? Unless he decides, if he doesn't go on the outfield, I mean, there's really not a place to put him. And like you said, with the DH, right, you kind of get wrapped up in the axle in your mind, right? Because when you're in the field, you kind of wash that off. You're concentrating on playing in the field, and you're not focused on, like you said, what's he going to throw? You're just, hey, you're playing defense. And then when it's time for me to bat, okay, you're not overthinking it. You're going to go over there and you're going to take your at bat. So, oh man,
I wouldn't get rid of him because he's going to get gobbled up.
He will.
I mean, you could trade him, I guess, if you could get something for him, but I wouldn't waive him.
No way.
Because
I want to keep him.
Yeah, he's going to get gobbled up. He gives you professional AB. Sounds like he's a pro's pro in the clubhouse and everything. He's what you need on your team. And
yes.
I mean, he could arguably have been their best hitter. Give you a good at bat. So
yeah, he didn't have the power, but he got those hits when you needed them. If there was a guy in running the scoring position, he was going to give you a good at bat.
Right.
But I'm okay. Put him out in left field. I'm okay with it. I mean, and we could get this transitions into my next question. Elliot Ramos. What did you think of Elliot Ramos this year? His bat was pretty good. His defense, boy, that's a topic we always seems to be nightly talking about his adventures in the outfield. What did you make of Elliott's performance here in 2025?
I didn't see a whole lot, so I'm not giving like a
fair.
pro scouting report.
That's fair.
But the little I saw, each outfield position has a heartbeat of its own. So the first thing I might ask him is, are you more comfortable in right than left? I don't think he has the speed to play center. I don't think he can play it better than Jung-Hoo Lee, or even, Grant McCray is the best outfielder by far, in my opinion, on that team. That might be the first question I'd have is, would you be more comfortable if we moved you to right field and reading the balls, the ball slicing towards the line when the right-hander hits it, or hooking when the lefty, because maybe just he doesn't feel comfortable in getting the right reads and taking the right routes. It's a comfort, but again, he's a young, controllable offensive player that the position is an offensive position. So it's almost like, what was the old school saying? As long as you knock in more than you let in, you're good to go.
That's pretty good. I like that. As long as you knock in more than you get let in. I like that. Yeah. That's pretty good. Yeah. Like you said, he's young. He's controllable. I think he's got one more year of arbitration. Well, I should say one more year before he hits arbitration. So you got him on a cheap 700-something thousand. You can't.
For that offensive production, I'm not kicking him out of bed, getting rid of him, unless I'm getting something that I really, really like and need coming back towards me. I think his defense will improve. He's too good of an athlete. He's too good of a hitter, and he's not stiff. So, like I said, is it just a comfort thing? Does he just need more instruction out there, just more reps? And to me, it's kind of like offense and defense kind of go hand in hand. I mean, the guy can hit. He's not a stiff. So I think he knows he needs to improve on his defense. So I think he's going to come in. He's going to work on it in the offseason at home in Puerto Rico, or if he's in Arizona, because he sees that he can hit in the big leagues. And if you can hit in the big leagues, you got a chance to make a lot of money. He hit 21 home runs.
Yeah. He hit 21 home runs. I mean, that's a pretty good accomplishment. Your second year, your first full year in the majors. Right. And you're right. And your second look, because last year he came in around May, somewhere around there. But hey, and could it be, and because you were an outfielder, could it be just the way your vision is? Maybe you could pick the ball up better from in right field rather than left field or center. Could it be something like that?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's like I said, the ball moves and reacts different.
Right.
At every position, it's just, I know it seems like, he should just be able to catch the ball. But if he's played more center field and right field in his life, then he's probably going to feel more comfortable when they put him in those spots versus left field. It's still a learning curve. But again, this guy has shown that he can handle the bat at the big league level. And as we know, if you can create offensive production, you have a chance to make a lot of money. So I'm not speaking for Elliot, but if he's got to take fly balls 6 days a week between now and spring training, I'm sure he's thinking, I'm going to take a little break and I'm going to get out there. And, whoever he knows, if he's back home in Puerto Rico, go to Carlos Beltran and be like, hey, bro, I need you to hit me fly balls, grounders. Tell me about my read route angles on a daily basis, because I have a chance to be somewhat of or not somewhat, but to be an impact player,
Nice.
So,
now,
I'm not out on him.
Okay. Now, when you were playing, was stealing bases part of your game? Were you a baser? Did you have some speed
early on?
Did you?
And then father time, and
as
you mature and gain weight, I think when I signed, I was just telling someone this story the other day. When I signed out of college, I weighed 185 pounds. And then I got as high, probably aged, I don't know, 30, 31, 32. I got up to 240, but I think I played mainly about 225. And it was weird when I first signed with the Yankees. Doc Ellis, the old pitcher, he used to work for the Yankees. And when I first went in, I didn't know anything about pro baseball. And I went into Yankee land, and he was like, I don't know, coordinator or something. And he was like kind of greeting all the draft picks. And he was like, Leach, where you from? I was like, Northern California. He goes, okay. He was looking at me. He goes, how tall is your dad? I said, he's 6'3". And he said, how much you weigh? I said, about 230. He said, yeah. When it's all said and done, about age 25, you're gonna be about 225. And I just remember I stored that away, and that was about my playing weight once I went from that young adult to like the 25 to age 38 range. And I was like, wow, he told me that. And he's probably just been in the game so long. That was his analytics, was what he's seen. Yeah. I see a lot of guys come in and, gain weight and get to a certain weight. And he goes, yeah, this guy can put on this amount of weight, or this guy can't gain. We don't need him to gain any more weight, so it was just interesting. But I never forgot that the first time I met him, he told me that. And I was like, okay, wow. Okay. All right. So I stole bases. I think I stole, what did I steal my first year? Someone's got to fact check me. I want to say like 30 something bases.
Nice.
Short season A, and then 28 my second year. And then that might have been the peak. And then once I started gaining that weight, I was still running, but they started creeping down. But then eventually I went from just like a gap to gap leadoff batter to age 28, 29. I had figured out how to get the ball in the air and drive it. So, it's like I came in as a slappy, I don't want to say slappy, but I guess slappy center fielder to age, 30. I was hitting in the middle of the order. So you just never know.
Gotcha. And the reason why I asked that, because, we saw some guys this year, Jalal. Juan Soto, 30 stolen bases. Josh Naylor, 30 stolen bases. Kyle Schwarber had double digits. He had 10 on the year. It seems like it's pretty easy, or I should say easier, to steal bases. Again, part of that is because of some of these rules. Would you like to see the Giants? We got some fast guys. You got Ramos is this fast guy. Jung-Hoo Lee's got some speed. Matt Chapman, Willie Adames. That's just 4 guys right there. You would think that they could steal 20 bags. If Naylor and Soto can steal that many, I don't see why the Giants shouldn't be able to take advantage of that as well.
Well, it's not necessarily in my opinion, the team philosophy. It's the individual. Because as I've been around great base stealers, the Vince Colemans, Ricky Henderson, some of these guys who are known for stealing bases, and they would all say, you can't be afraid of getting thrown out or picked off. And if you are, it's going to be hard for you to become a base stealer. And I'm not speaking for any of those guys, but if that's their mindset, is they're afraid of getting picked off or thrown out, well, then they're probably, even if they have the speed, they're probably not going to want to run for that reason. The guy who taught me how to steal bases, believe it or not, is the now head coach at USC, Andy Stankiewicz. He taught me, and I don't even know how he taught me, but we both went to Pepperdine. It was an off season where he came back and he kind of walked me through different things, because he said, I know in college you could just outrun the ball. He goes, in pro ball, everyone can throw. Pitchers can do a better job of holding. So he taught me how to peek, and he taught me counts. He taught me when the pitcher or when the catcher's butt is, when he sets up, his butt is high, that's a fastball. When he sets up and his butt is low, breaking ball, because the breaking balls go in the dirt.
Interesting.
Stanky's the best.
Wow.
he can be a big league manager. I don't know if he wants to, but yes, he is a baseball savant. And I tell the story about, who taught me how to steal bases, and I always bring his name up, all these little intricacies that, where you should look, where the dirt and the mound, when you want to peek, because you can't stare in there, because if the pitcher wheels and picks to first and you're trying to peek, you get picked off. So you have to do it a certain way and at a certain time. So Stanky, he was the best. And I hope, I haven't talked to him that much or in a while, but I hope things are going well for him down there at USC. But they got a baseball guy. I know that for a fact.
That's awesome. See, I love hearing about this kind of stuff. Do you have any good Ricky Henderson stories since we're talking about base stealing?
I mean, my time with Ricky was just more, I met him when I had my youth team. Mm-hmm. We went down to, I don't even know how we got in where the Giants are now. That used to be the A's in spring training. Papago, that used to be the A's. And I don't know how we got, I had a high school travel team, and we went to a tournament down there in the fall about this time. And I don't know how we got in the complex, to watch them play, or I must have known somebody. And we were in there. And so Ricky was walking around, and we stopped him, and we started talking about baseball. We told him we were from Northern California. So I got to, talk to him a little bit there. And then when he was kind of roving a little bit with the A's, I'd always see him in Stockton, because I'd always have, as a scout, I'd always have Stockton, and one of their coaches, he's no longer there, but Tim Garland, he was really close with Ricky. So I'd always go early, and, Ricky would come over and talk, and I'd ask him, what were you thinking about? When did you go? And, what were the instincts? And I think he was more instinctual than if he could teach someone, if that makes sense. Just a natural. It's just like
something natural. He really can't almost to a extent. Now, I'm not going to say Barry Bonds, because Barry Bonds is the kind of that way, right? He's just, it's who he is. And sometimes it may be hard to, I don't know, because I've never dealt with Barry. Maybe you could talk to that. How is he as a teacher as compared to him as a player? Because the guy was just incredible. The show recently where he had that little show with Dwayne Kuiper talking about some of his moments as a San Francisco Giant was a clinic. And you're just like, my God, the intellect that Barry Bonds has as a baseball player is this incredible.
Yeah, he's a savant. I mean, I could go on and on about B. It's just,
I bet.
And the if you could get him to talk, his dad loved me, so he always would say, I like you because my dad always talking about you, Lee. That's the only he's kind of childish. That's the only reason I like you, is because my dad they always wanted to release you, but at the end of the year, you're hitting 300. And they go, we can't release a guy hitting 300. So Bobby would be like, yeah, you might not want to get rid of Leach, because the guy can play, even though he might be a little older, he's still producing. So I kind of always, Barry always kind of had that affinity for me because of his dad. But yeah, he just so much, my little time with him in San Francisco, he knew everyone on our team, the opposing team. He could have managed, with all due respect to Dusty, he could have managed the team from left field. Like, he knew when Rob Nen was going to be on or off, or what JT, Snow, what he was doing at the bat. It was like he was just watching everyone. And I was like, how do you know all this?
Wow.
Like,
wasn't Willie Mays similar? He just was able to have this amazing ability to retain and recall. I mean, is that kind of what it is? They're able to just lock it away in their mind and understand, hey, I know what this guy is going to do because I've been watching and I'm observant. But to be able to recall that's That takes a lot of mental power to be able to do that kind of stuff.
I mean, that must be a theme of the great ones, because I've heard Brady talk like that. I've heard Steph talk like that. Rodgers, Barry, Clemens, just these great LeBron. They can go back to the game and like know what they ate that day. And I'm like, how do you remember what you ate on that day or what the weather was like outside? But it's like they can put themselves right back in that moment and just anticipate and just recall everything. And Barry is just, I mean, could he manage the team? Now that we're talking, I think undoubtedly he can manage the team, but does he want to?
There you go.
Does he want to?
It's a lot of time, right? It's not like you can't go home every night. It's not a 9 to 5. It's got to. In early, last to leave, and you're taking it home. With the wins and the losses. So, but could he do it? No doubt, Yes,
because he's just a savant. I mean, he taught me so much about pitchers and how to set up a pitcher, especially when he was facing a pitcher that he didn't have history with. On his home run, the in the single season year in 2001 was the 70th home run against the guy when we were in Houston. That was a kid that got called up, and I don't think he had ever faced him. So, and the kid had a good arm, and and he threw. I remember Tony Eusebio, the catcher for the Astros, going out because that whole week they weren't pitching to, and the stadium was sold out, and they were walking them like in the first inning. You had major league pitchers bouncing fastballs like they had gotten the memo: do not throw him a strike. I remember Eusebio, the veteran catcher, when that rookie came in, he went out to the mound, and it was because in Houston the dugouts are closed, almost like we could hear him, and he was like, "Hey, you in the big leagues. Get this dude out. We don't care if he's about to break a record." So you could tell the kid was out there huffing and puffing and rearing up. And, I mean, he got that first fastball by him, probably 98. And I was sitting next to Sean Dunston. And I remember Sean, Sean going, he goes, "Leachy, this boy don't know you can't sneak no cheese by the rat." He just you got one. And then he went back. It was like he threw it by Barry, and Barry swung and missed. And he went back to it. Pow!
That's funny. You can't get the cheese past the rat. I've never heard that. I love it. That's great. My gosh.
Sean just looked at me like I told you. I said, man, this guy is like not human in his at-bats and his approach. And just, that was awesome. Seeing that go down, I mean, it was tremendous because this is like the kid in Little League that, the fence is too short for and just constantly hitting home runs. But this guy's doing it in the major leagues against the best players in the world, night in, night out. Didn't matter. Randy Johnson, Clemens, Schilling, Maddox, you go on. And he got all of them.
He did. No matter whether they're right-handed or left-handed, right? It did not matter.
Yeah.
Before we get out of here, I don't want to keep you too late. I know you had a long day. Buster Posey, FP brought this up on KMBR. I called in the show earlier. Love talking to FP. He made a suggestion. Maybe Buster Posey should be the next manager of the San Francisco Giants. When he came back to San Francisco, did you think maybe that's kind of what the position, rather than be a president of baseball operations, you think Buster Posey could be a guy that could manage the San Francisco Giants?
That's interesting. That would be interesting. I mean,
he's been right. I mean, he saw how Bochy did it. He saw how Ron Wotus was part of it. He saw the communication. I mean, to me, that seems like a wheelhouse for him. He did a great job as a public. Don't get me wrong. I mean, look what he did. He got Rafi Devers. You had to make hard decisions in firing Bob Melvin. Lamont Wade was a guy that he played with. He had to let him go. Same thing with Mike Yastrzemski. Played with him, had to trade him. He had to make some really hard decisions. But man, how about Buster Posey as the skipper? He knows the team.
Yes,
he knows,
does.
right? And you don't have to.
Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't even think about that, but that's wow. All right. So then who becomes the president? I guess you can figure that one out when you get to it. But I mean, if he wanted to do it, I guess he'd have to talk to Mama because he's got. But shoot, president of baseball ops, he probably had to work a lot doing that job. So you know, what's the difference between being in an office in the top of the stadium versus the one down in the locker room, and then you're in the dugout, and then you go to the road? Yeah, I mean, that's not insane.
It's not. And then look, hey, pay him a little bit extra so he could take his family. That's what FP said. Pay him a little bit extra. Have his family come along with them. They can have a suite up there in whatever stadium they're at. They could, you know, so you still have the family. I mean, there's a way. There could be ways to get around it. But dang, how about that? Buster Posey is
interesting. I mean, if that's something he aspires to do, but people, I mean, and it could be because did anyone think he would ever, you know, move back to go into the front office role? And he did it.
Right.
So, you know,
and there's a reason, right? He's from Georgia. He moved back to Georgia to be back home, but you don't move back to the Bay Area if you don't have an intense appreciation and love for the San Francisco Giants.
Right. That's a good call. Wow.
And that was, I don't want to take credit. That's FP. That was FP.
Yeah, FP. That's a good one, Frank Paul. That's a good one.
And it's funny, on the show a couple of nights ago, I was just joking around. I was like, how about Buster Posey could be both the manager and the Pobo? It's like, we've had player managers before. Why not manager Pobos? You know, be a first.
Right. But, I mean, it's anything is possible.
Right.
That would be interesting if he threw his hat in the ring for that, because he knows the team, he knows the expectations, and you know, and he's there. He's a catcher. Typically, the good managers are catchers because they're always looking out towards the field where everyone else is looking in. So he already knows how, you know, this guy, that guy moves, reacts, and he's watched this team, so he knows, you know, if I'm just saying, for example, because I know Adames and Devers love to play every day, and is that good? It's cool and it's great, but you know, a good manager will see sometimes, like, I know you like playing, you want to be out there every day, and you're going to lobby me to be out there every day, but I need you for the whole season and not avoid the ups and downs when sometimes they probably struggle because they're just tired. Yeah, they need a mental blow, a physical blow, and that's when you have to manage them and go, I know you want to play. I know you came in my office, but I need you to take a day off, because tomorrow we have an off day. That'll give you 2 days. I see you gimping around. You're not running. You know, you're not getting down the line. You're not getting to the balls that you were getting to a month ago. You know, because I know players will hide injuries. I did. You know,
you want to play, right?
You want to play. If you could walk, you're playing. I mean, what, Ronnie Lott, didn't he cut a finger off or something?
Yeah, I cut off a digit or something like that. And it's funny, before we get out of here, because I think that was something that we saw with the Giants, right? When there was nothing at stake, they played really good baseball, but then when the pressure got a little bit up there, they seemed to kind of they fell by the wayside, and maybe that was because of the managing. I don't know. I don't pretend to know, but it was an observation. Fosse, he goes, this guy knows ball. Talking about you, Jalal. And he says, who is this guy? It's Jalal. It's Jalal Leach. Tell him a little bit about what you do.
Oh, right now, well, after I was let go as a pro scout last year from the Giants, and I've always trained kids. So I've had a facility up here in Sac from 2004 to 2019. I'm going to brag right now for a quick second. 14 of the kids I trained and coached played in the major leagues.
That's awesome.
And I don't know where that puts me on the training coach, you know, mantle or wherever. My big kids that are big names, I guess, that I coached, gave lessons to, had on my travel teams. Reese Hoskins Reese still playing.
Reese still playing.
Eric Thames recently retired. And I probably would say Chris Flexen, because Flex, I think, is still hanging around. I think he was in the big leagues last year. I don't know about this year, but I coached him and a lot of boys and girls that went on and played college and in the minors. And I just basically teach them off of all the stuff I learned from all my years in the game. And now I'm just doing it mobile. So I don't have a permanent facility. I go to a place up in Auburn called Heavy Hitters, another place by Sacramento State University, a place in Dixon, California called The Farm. I go to another place, Ultima Athletics in Tracy. And then I also use a friend of mine has a place down in San Rafael and Marin called Future Prospect. So I just kind of make a little circle and I just go to different places where I have the clients and I just train them and get them whatever skill level they're at, beginner all the way up to they have college pro aspirations. And it's just fun and positive for me. And I just give them everything that I've learned because I've been able to play with a lot of great players, from Jeter to Bonds to Griffey to A-Rod. And I'm sure a lot of Mariano Rivera to Pettit, Posada. I'm just thinking Yankees right now. To JT Snow to Jeff Kent to Rich O'Reilly. I go on and on and on because I was Vladimir Guerrero. Sorry,
Vlad. Hey,
I was a teammate of Vladdy's in Double-A. Jeter, if I didn't say Derek, played for him and worked for him. So. Or played with him and worked for him. So, and
let's not forget, you also worked with Brian Sabian, right? You worked under.
Yes, sir. Yeah, Brian, I've known since I was 19 years old. He drafted me out of Pepperdine University in 1990. So, yeah, I've known Sabes a long, long, long time, and I'll usually shoot him a text once a year because he's doing his thing with the Yankees now. So maybe there it is. Okay, you're president of baseball ops. They bring Saves back.
There we go. We got it solved right here. Right here. We solved it. Sabian coach, because I think his contract's up this year, if I'm not mistaken.
See, I didn't know that. See, and he comes back, and then Buster goes on the field.
There we go. I'm okay with that. Val, real quick, he chimes in, says, Eric, awesome guest in Jalal. Fellas, have a good night. You have a good night, Val. He's a guy that always comes in here. You also have a YouTube channel, guys. Check it out. One Hit Wonder podcast puts out a lot of videos. You put a lot of videos out of your kids that you train, right? With their swings and stuff
on there.
But you also have.
Go ahead.
Yeah, you also have a podcast, right? Where you
I have a
talk
podcast
about your experiences. Yeah.
Right. I do that, and I'll have some guests. I need more guests. But the way I do my training is. Because I know everyone's lifing. I call it lifing. So you don't have time to be doing a whole bunch of extra stuff. So when the kids do the lessons, I use the Rapsoda, which does video and data and all that. And then I just do a voiceover the next day. And I'll just, hey, Timmy, here's a good swing from last night. You can see the data is on. It's on the video.
I saw that.
And I'll tell them, what they were doing, what they need to keep working on, or what we'll keep working on. And that way the parents can kind of see, the return on their investment, and just, it's quick, a minute. Mm-hmm. And then they can let their kid watch it as well. And then we just keep building off of that.
That's awesome. And guys, check it out. Like you said, you'll get on there and you'll talk about your baseball experiences. You put the speech that you did for MLB Develops. That was great speech, by the way. That was in Florida, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Right, in the summer. Yeah.
Talking to high school prospects. That was a fun speech. I really enjoyed that. Yeah, and then there's times you'll go out there on the pond and you'll go fishing and you'll be talking to people that you've worked with. Your good friend,
Kevin Jordan.
Yep. There you go, Kevin
brother
Jordan.
From another mother. Yeah, I was just with him at the Giants game or Sunday.
Nice.
Yeah. So we didn't get out of the Gotham Club, though. I'm not going to lie. I tell you
what. I had the opportunity of going to the Gotham Club on Friday night. Glenn Kuiper gave us an invite. I help him with his YouTube as well. So he had us come over there and check out the last Friday Night Kuipes. What? That is something in there, that Gotham Club. That is really cool.
Yeah,
Very
I don't think I've
impressive.
sat in my seat for years since I figured out that all former players are members of the Gotham Club. And Christy, the lady who runs it, she's been awesome.
Yep.
And taking care of all my friends when they come, because most people don't know that it's there. You know,
No.
I explain it to them, and they're like,
behind the
"There's
out of
something."
town scoreboard.
Yeah, and they're like, "There's something behind that." And I'm like, "Yeah, if you look closely, you'll see people moving back there." And then once they go, I have some friends up here in Sac. They're huge Giants fans. They don't, when they go to the game, they just, like me, they just go in there and sit there the whole game. And they're like, well, we can go down to the first archway and watch the game at field level, and you know, you can almost touch. Well, yeah,
You had that video. It was great. What was it? Devers hit a line shot down there into the archway, and it was right against the Orioles.
Yeah,
that was awesome.
yeah.
That was a great conversation, by the way.
Yeah, those guys did a good job with that. So the content, they say I have a lot of stories. So
yeah,
I
you
said,
do, and
I'll
they're
just
fantastic.
Keep telling them.
So, guys, make sure you go. Make sure you subscribe over there to One Hit Wonder Podcast. You will not be disappointed. Hey, Jalal, thanks for hanging out for a little while, man. I appreciate it.
Anytime. Hopefully, I can come on again. I'm gonna try to watch some more games. So
Absolutely.
just let me know, Eric, and I appreciate you.
You betcha. All right, guys, we're gonna get out of here. We'll be back at it again tomorrow. We'll do all 4 post games again. You guys enjoy the rest of the little night that's left, and we'll see you guys tomorrow. Again, thanks, Jalal.
You got it, Eric. Have a good one.
See you guys. Woo!
You've been watching Giant Sports Talk Live with Eric and Glenn, a Northern Lights Entertainment Broadcasting production.